In today's video, we're going to take a look at how to set up the job server from Autodesk Vault to be able to process visualization files automatically and not have to wait for our computers to do it while we are checking in our components. So first of all, let's take a look at this assembly that I've got over here. If I go to my Vault, you'll see I've got these files which are all residing outside the Vault. Nothing is inside the Vault yet. So if I right click and I check in, what we'll notice over here is that it'll tell me where it's going to push all these files in. And what I can do is if I go to my settings, I've got a visualization attachment option, okay? And it says create visualization attachment and apply to all files. So that would be applying the visualization or creating a visualization for the assembly plus all of these files, the subfolders, sub-assemblies and the parts of the sub-assemblies and the main assembly as well. Now, I'm not going to do this, because what I want to do is I want to send this to the job processor, but I don't have that option over there. So what do? So the first thing to do is we need to go and set it up. So I'm going to go through to my Vault Explorer, and if I go to Tools, Administration, Global Settings, you'll notice there under Integrations I've got Enable Job Server. Now under Enable Job Server you can go to Configure, and you'll see there I can configure up to 100,000, 1,000 to 100,000. It's default set to 10,000. And then if you want to as well, you can click on Enable Job Retry. Now, what this allows you to do is if a job fails for whatever reason, it will then, go maybe 3 or 5 times before it will stop completely. And then you've got to go through to where your job server queue is and then go check what is going on. Okay, so this is now set up. So you would think that if I went back to my Vault and I check in, go to settings, it should be there, but it isn't. So there's a little bit more stuff for us to do. Okay, so what I can do is if I go down to my start, go to job processor, and you'll notice there I've got a couple different job processors because I've got a few different Vault servers on here, or Vault clients, because the job processor comes with a Vault client. So you need to activate or run the job processor for the version of Vault that you're running. Once that's done, it'll open up over here, and you'll see there it'll ask me for some information. So the first thing I need to do is go to administration, but as you see it's grayed out. So I need to put some settings in here. So what we'll do is go to File, pause the job processor if it was running. It probably won't be running if you're setting this up for the first time, and then under administration, you'll be able to see settings. So with my settings over here, once again, it's got a couple different ways for you to log in. Okay, so this is logging. It's like a user account that you'd log into the Vault. So my server, it will be the IP address, but because it's on the same computer, I'm just typing in localhost, and then I'm going to put in my administrator. Okay, so once that's done, you'll see there the Aldred, that's the license that I'm using. So you do need a subscribed license of Autodesk Vault Professional to be able to run this. The best way that the best sort of process for this whole job process in the Vault server and the Vault client is to have it on a separate computer to the Vault server. So once I've done that, if I go back to my component here and check in, you'll see under settings, I still don't have it. So I just need to refresh Inventor. So I'm just going to go close it down and open it up again. And what I'm going to do now, when I open up, I should see some results. So let's go to Vault and log in. And then open up my assembly. And then when my assembly is open, I'm going to check it in. And hopefully I'll see some more options when it comes through to creating that visualization file. So let's go through to our Vault tab and let's check it in. And if I go to settings, you'll notice there that I've got some different options. Create during checking, send to job server, and do not create files. Okay, so for this, I'm going to send to job server. select OK, and then click on OK. So now it will then check in the files as well as create my visualization files, but it won't create it while I'm checking in. It'll send it through to the job server. So let's take a look at what's going on in the vault. So I won't see anything in my vault. Just press F5 and you'll see it will refresh. And if I go through to my files and I select it, you'll still notice they're unable to view the file selected. But I said, send to the job server, where's my visualization file? So what I can do with that is if I go to Tools and Job Queue, you can see the process of it. So at the moment, it's all in pending. Okay, so all of these Autodesk Vault DWF creates all in pending. So by default, it is set to run every 10 minutes. Okay, so to kickstart it, we can just go to our job processor and pause and resume. Okay, it actually was paused, so it wasn't going to do it anyway. So now you'll see it's creating my visualization files. As you see in the job processor over here, it's finalized everything. And if I go back to my job server queue, you'll see there's just one more. So if I select this, here's the main assembly that I have. If I can right click on, I can go to folder. If I select the refresh, it'll take it away because obviously it's done. So click go to folder and there it is over there. So refresh, no more jobs to submit. Select my assembly and you'll see there now it's created the visualization, and that was done through the job processor. So there we go. Sort of taking the sort of the manual process out of it through your own computer running it. I was able then to start the job processor, make sure that it's running with a license and a user account that is able to run all those jobs with the correct permissions, and then I'm able to come into my my Vault Professional Thick client and then see the visualization file over there. Thank you very much for watching.